friends at home and friends in the classroom. Today we have a science book called Matter. Remember, we've read this before, friends, in the classroom? Yeah? Do you guys remember what matter is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not an ice cube, but it is. How does that work? The outside of a book is a cover. It holds the pages together. The spine protects the pages. And we're going through this quick because the inside of a science book is a little different. Look, what was that? It's more than a title page. What was it called? A table of, good job, table of contents. And it tells us all the different things that this book is going to talk about. What is matter?
It's like your iPad.
My iPad is made up of matter. What else is matter?
Moose. My shoes and
The
my socks.
moose is matter. Your shoes and your socks are all made up of matter. Because all things are made up of matter. Everything, everywhere is made up of matter. This moose, he is made up of matter. The sky, well, the air in the sky. Land, water, and air, they're all made up of matter. How can we describe matter? Do you remember? How can we describe it? By looking at it. So we can tell by color, by shape. Matter has properties, right? Size. We can touch it. We can observe properties with our 5 senses. Can you guys remember your 5 senses? Most of them are right here in your face. We see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and we touch. And all of those things that we can do to observe what matter is made of, and that is how we will describe it. Okay? We can describe the properties of matter, like weight, whether it sinks, whether it floats. What are the 3 kinds of matter? Do we remember? If we can touch it, it is solid. Matter can be a solid. A solid has a shape all of its own, and that shape will keep its shape. That doesn't mean that shapes don't change, right? Do caterpillars change into butterflies? Right? Butterflies and caterpillars are also made up of matter. So that change that a caterpillar does to become a butterfly that we call metamorphosis, that's a way matter might change. Matter can be a liquid. A liquid does not have a shape of its own, right? It has to hold the shape of the container that it is in. What happens if we spill water on the floor?
It goes everywhere.
It goes everywhere because it's not going to sit there in the same container shape, right? Once the container is gone, it's just whoosh, everywhere, right? Now, matter is also a gas. So, hot air, the air inside of a bubble, steam coming out of a kettle. A gas does not have a shape of its own, and a gas fills up all the space it can. Okay? Now, and we know this, like when we blow a bubble, is air matter? Yeah. A bubble is liquid, but now the liquid becomes the container for the matter. Ooh, there's a change. They just said that it doesn't, but it does, doesn't it? But air will fill up the bubble and it takes up as much space as it can. What happens if we put too much air into a bubble? What happens? Pops, right? Because now we've run out of space. Now, how can matter change? Remember when we did this exercise, children at home? You remember this. We painted on a yellow piece of paper, and then we folded the paper in half, and we cut it out, and then we got the same design. We changed the shape of the paper. The paper was a rectangle. We made it a butterfly shape. We changed it from yellow to all different colors, right? So can we change the shape of matter? Yes? We can change how matter looks, but it is still made out of the same thing. Matter is still matter, right? Sometimes matter can melt. It can change from a solid to a liquid. Like a pat of butter. See how it turned into a liquid down here? Is it still butter? Just because we melted it, does it make it not butter? No, it's still butter. It's still the same thing. And sometimes matter can change. It changes from a liquid to a solid. What happens when I put water into the refrigerator? It gets cold. But if I put it in the freezer, what's going to happen?
It's going to turn to ice.
And ice, is that a liquid or a solid?
It's a liquid.
It's a liquid when I can pour it on the ground, but when it's ice, is it a liquid or is it a solid? Can we hold it? It's a solid. Is it still water? Is it still water? Yes, it is. It's still a form of water. Water is still the same kind of matter, and that's what they mean by it's going to stay the same. Can we mix matter up? Yeah, we can make fruit salad. We can mix solids together. We can mix solids and liquids together. Who here likes milk in their cereal?
I do, and I like bananas in there too.
Okay, so you've just mixed a liquid with a solid. We can make solids dissolve in a liquid. So if we have powdered sugar drinks, like this is orange juice it looks like, how many people make juice at home with moms and dads?
Mine makes smoothies.
Right? Okay, smoothies is the same thing, right? We're dissolving a solid and we're making it into a liquid. Now we can change how matter looks, but it is still the same matter. If we take our fruits and mix them together, they're still fruits. If we mix cereal with milk, it's still cereal and milk. And that leads us to the glossary. And the glossary tells us a little bit about some of the words we might have learned today. Can you guys remember what change means?
Change means like you change your shoes or toys.
Well, this is true. You can change your shoes and you can change your toys. But in this case, we're talking about the change that matter makes. It takes a different form. So it might look different, like a caterpillar changes into a butterfly.
Yeah, like the lights turn off.
The lights turn on and the lights turn off. That's a totally different concept, I think, than what we're talking about today. But we'll get to that because we are smart. Now, matter, what all things are made of, right? So is your sneaker made out of matter?
Yeah.
Cash, is the tree outside made out of matter?
No.
Is it made out of matter?
It
It is. Levi, is your toenails made out of matter? Cameron, is your nose made out of matter?
Yeah.
Okay, don't put your finger up it, okay? All right. And we can observe matter with our eyes, our nose, that we're not going to put our finger up, ears, and our mouth, which we're also not going to put our finger in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can touch things. Are kitty cats made out of matter?
No.
Kitty cats, are they made out of matter? Yes, they are. Now, properties are the things about an object that we can observe with our five senses, the things that we just used to observe. Now we can describe. Would we describe a kitty cat as sharp? Only his claws, right? Or his teeth?
Yeah.
Right? But is his fur sharp? No. Is a cactus sharp, Cash?
It is sharp.
And what will happen if you touch a cactus?
You get sad.
It makes you sad. Okay, so sometimes when we're checking out our properties, friends at home, make sure that we're not touching things that are hot. We're not touching things that are sharp. But make sure you look at everything around you because everything is made out of matter and you can observe what they look like, and then you can describe them to other people. All right, are we all done? All right, and that's the end of our book. Oh, here's a piece of matter I'd like to sink my teeth into. I'd like to observe this grilled cheese sandwich from the inside of my gullet. How about you?
I used to have those in Golden.
Yeah. Okay, friends. Thank you very much for joining us here today for our story about matter. And my friends here, we're going to go outside and play. You guys can join us, but you're going to have to join us at home. Go outside into your own yard and get some good sun on your faces. Huh? All right, bye.